definitely
Yeah.
it will help you, right?
Yes, sir.
And then you can definitely show your like then you can definitely showcase your talent, like these are the games that I have built. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so this is our today topic. Oops. Any doubt related to previous topics? No. So what is the full
Mhm.
form of oops? Deep sir.
Object-oriented programming.
Object oriented programming. Why there is S in OP concept? Is there like, is it necessary to particularly we have to like give S in suffix, or like is it just a temporary names? Mohit? So basically the concept name is object oriented programming, which is generally a OOP concept, right? Not OOPS concept. But why we generally call this as OOPS concept? Because when we learn this concept, we have to understand the four pillars of this concept, right? We have four pillars of this concept. Because we have multiple pillars in this OOP programming, that's why this concept is called OOPS concept. In fact, like if we like particularly don't learn this concept, we cannot surely say that yeah we have completed OOPS concept. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So object oriented programming, what exactly meaning of object oriented programming? Whenever you learn the concept of object, so in short, object refers to data types, right? Object refers to data types. And what kind of data types that we have learned so far, Mohit?
Sir,
Different data
integer,
types, all
string,
inbuilt data types,
and
right?
yes,
That
sir.
we know. What are those? Integer
So
data type,
string,
float
yes, sir.
data
String.
type,
Yes.
complex
Uh,
data type, string
Complex.
data type, yes or no?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
List data
Boolean.
type, tuple data type,
Tuple.
right? So
Dictionary.
dictionary data type and so on, right?
Yes.
Guys,
Yes.
all these are the data types that is already built in Python, right? Whenever you are using this data type to particularly create a variable, and that time we are just using this concept a is equals to something this. We were not aware of that this a is a object itself. A is not a variable, right? But when we learning this concept, we generally represent this a as a variable concept. But when it comes to object oriented programming, this a is not a variable, this a is an object. This a is an object, right? So what exactly this object means? This a represent to any class, it belongs to any class. And what kind of class is this? Integer
Integer type.
class, yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
What
Yes,
is
sir.
the use of like referencing your variables or particularly any objects with any data types or any classes? Suppose we have a name which is Mohan, and we know that this name belongs to string data type. Yes or no, guys?
Yes. Yes.
And that string data types is simply a string class. Okay, candidates. But why there is a use of this string class? Because we can apply some methods which is belongs to particularly this string class. What kind of those methods are? Like upper methods, like lower methods. Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Like we
Yes,
can
sir.
simply use center methods. So all these methods comes itself whenever we are creating any string class or any string variable with the help of string class constructor or any string data type. Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
So these are the inbuilt methods, and these are the inbuilt methods of my data types, which is string data type. Perfect, candidates. Like whenever we learn any concept, suppose function concept or variables concept, we try to build our own concept as well, right? So there are two types of function. The first one is user defined function and second one is inbuilt function. But there is a concept of user defined function. So is that there is any concept of like how we can create our own data types? Is there any concept related to this? Of course, we have that concept, and that concept is called object oriented programming. Yes or no? So in short, if someone is like telling you this is object oriented programming, it means we are creating our own data type. Can I say this? We are creating our own data type, right? Exactly that means we are creating our own data type. So for that we have to use the class concept, because we know that whenever we are declaring any variable or creating any object, it directly or indirectly belongs to any class, and that class is string, class integers, and so on. And suppose we are creating our own class, we have to use the class statement, and it is again an inbuilt statement. Yes or no? Suppose my class is Mohit. Mohit, make sure that whenever you are creating any class, it should be start with capital letter, or it should be capitalized in nature. Yes or no? Just like
Yes.
we use the curly, like we use round brackets or parentheses over the function, there is no such requirement of using this round parentheses. You have to just simply apply this column
Column.
concept, and now I can just simply run this. This is my Mohit class. Okay, Pradeep sir?
Yes,
This
yes.
is my Mohit class. Whenever we are creating, guys, any class, we have to make an object that reference to that particular class. So this is A, which generally created with the help of this Mohit class. Like we have to use this concept. Okay, Mohit? A is equals to Mohit within bracket. And let me
Yes, sir.
check what is the type of this A. And it says underscore underscore main dot Mohit. Let me pass this in print function. And it says Mohit, this is my class which starts with underscore underscore main, and its name is Mohit. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Did I found this similar to exactly as same as integer? Yes or no? Class integer. But it's not something like underscore underscore main, because this is inbuilt something. Candidate. This is something like inbuilt in nature, but we are creating this Mohit, this present working directory or this present file. That's why the present file is called underscore underscore main underscore underscore. Yes or no?
Yes,
So
sir.
it simply says this is your class, which generally in present working directory or present file, which generally present by underscore underscore main, and the class name is Mohit. Okay. And what exactly this A? If you just simply check print type of this Mohit, and again it simply say your Mohit starts with M, and again it simply say this is again the same class Mohit. Yes or no? So whenever you are creating any variable, it's not just directly a variable, it exactly an object. And an object of what? An object of any data type which by default created or which we have created with the help of our class concept, or like whatever the class that we have just created. Pradeep sir, any doubt? Mohit?
No, sir.
Guys, am I audible? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So
yes.
guys, there are three types of programming language. The first one is called basic programming language. In basic programming language, we have to just simply use conditional statements, right? Conditional statements. What are those conditional statements, Mohit? Let me know some example.
So, like if else.
Yes, just simply use of if else, loop concept, and so on, right?
Yes, sir.
Because if we are using this programming language like basic programming language of conditional statement, we have to write multiple if else scenarios. Again, we have to write multiple loops. That's why developers comes with another programming which is called functional programming, right? In this functional programmings, what we have just created, just simply we use the concept of basic programming inside this functional programming. Can I say this, Mohit? Yes or no? Functional
Yes, sir.
programming is nothing, just a collection of all the basic programmings concept like conditional statement, if else, loop, topic, data types, etc. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now my problem is, like we have created our suppose 10 to 20 functions, but the problem is we cannot use our function in just one go. That's why there is a concept which is called class concept. In short, we can particularly bind our function in particular given class. Suppose Mohit, there is a remote, right? This is a TV remote. So what exactly the important part of this remote, right, Mohit? If you try to turn on your TV, you have to just simply click on power button. And same
Yes,
case for like if you want to turn it off. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
If you want to particularly use any channel changes like any volume up or down, you have to click on irrespective functions or irrespective buttons. Yes or no? But why there is a like requirement of this case? Why all these buttons are particularly nested or particularly bind in this particular remote case? Why there is requirement? Can I just simply say that if there is requirement of power off button, you can just simply find any power off button and just click on it? We have just
Yes, sir.
bound this all buttons in just single remote case. Yes or no? That means all these buttons are associated or directly or indirectly particularly part of this remote case. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So this remote is an object, right? So we can just simply say this remote is an object. It means this is a remote class and all these methods are function of this remote class. If we are using this remote, it means we are not using the case of this remote. We are using the function of this remote. Yes or no?
Yes.
So
Yes, sir.
that's why if we are creating our class, it means the class is just a wrapper of functions. In short, we are just using a function in a complete binding approach. And we have to pass a class name. You know, like this. Let me just write this a Komal class. Candidate, any doubt related to this concept?
Sir, then what is the difference between class and the module?
Difference between class and the modules, whatever just I have told you, guys, we have directly used the modules concept without using the concept of class, right? So
Yes, sir.
actually modules is a collection of class concepts, not just directly a functional concept. All these class comes under this modules concept. Okay, Mohit?
Yes, sir.
Because modules is your .py file and all these modules comes under libraries.
Library.
Perfect.
Yes.
All these libraries comes under a complete packages and all these packages complete under this particular software. So FTWARE. If any of such file like any of such file misses, unfortunately or fortunately, software will going to crash. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So you have to start from here and your main final goal is to particularly look for there, right? Pradeep sir, any doubt
No.
related to this concept?
No, sir. No.
No? Guys,
No.
because we are very familiar with this concept, so just now we have to implement this concept before using this concept. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
Now we know that in OOPS concept, we have to just simply focus on class concept. Yes or no? So again, class is a reserved keyword in Python. After using this class, you have to just give name of your class. And again, you can also use the lowercase approach, but this concept is fixed in functional programming. We know that if we are creating any function, we have to just simply give a small case name. Yes or no? We have
Yes,
not
sir.
used any like capital case or something else because the what actually the Python's developer says, if you found anything, if you are importing anything related to capital concept, it means you are importing a class, not a function. Let me just give you example. Pandas, from pandas import data frame. From pandas import data frame. So this data frame is starts with capital D. So what exactly this represents, Mohit? This data frame is not a function. This data frame is a class
Class.
inside this pandas module. Can I say this?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. That's why we have to declare the class with concept of capital letter, right? Suppose my class is suppose my class is like Python. Let me give my class name as Python. Now we already know that inside this class we have to just simply write guys lots of functions, right? Because we already know the concept of how to write function, we have to just simply call this. Suppose my first function is happy and I can just simply write I am very happy. Yes or no? With any doubt?
No, sir.
Pradeep
Yes.
sir,
No, sir. No.
give me another example of function. What different function we can just simply call this inside this Python class? Let me know some examples. Mohit,
So like intro function.
intro function, perfect. And inside this intro function, let me just simply write hello buddy. Yes. Hello,
Buddy.
buddy. How are you? Perfect, guys. And let me
Yes.
write another last function, which is bye bye. Okay. And it just simply says bye bye. With any doubt?
No, sir.
So this Python is a remote class, and all these buttons are functions. Yes or no?
Functions. Yes.
But the big
Yes.
difference between function and methods is whenever we are declaring function inside class, that time we cannot call this a function. There is
It's called
another naming
method.
convention for this. That's time we call this as a methods, not a
Method.
function. So what exactly the difference between this happy and this happy, Mohit? We know the difference between this happy function and this happy methods. What exactly all these, like all these functions are like similar in nature. So why we call this as method and this one is a function? Let me know what is the issue or what is the difference using this, calling this.
So because the above one is under the class Python,
Perfect.
so we'll call it method.
Okay, so the basic difference that interviewer might ask is what are the differences between methods and function? There is very simple difference between method and function. If we are declaring function outside the class, it's just a simply function, right? But if we are declaring this function inside the class, that time that function was not a function, that time
It's
it
called
was
method.
called a method, right?
Yes.
So all these happy intro and bye bye are not functions. That time it's called a
Method.
methods, right? But the concept remains same. If we are like declaring this, we have to apply the same concept of functional approach. Yes, yeah, no? Now, Mohit, because we have created all these methods inside this function, is it not like that particular methods will like associated with this Python class? We have to write some different code so that it will be part of this. Right now, it is not a part of this. Although we have written particularly methods inside this class, but right now it is not attached with this Python. Let me show this by example, right? We know that whenever we are declaring any class, we have to make some object with the help of that class. Yes or no? Suppose my object name is, guys, in previous class we called this as variable. Yes or no? But after learning OOPS concept, we generally refer this with the name of object, not with the
Object.
variable. Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
So we are declaring Harry object with the help of Python class. Perfect, Mohit? And let me give you the example Harry.tab button, and you found similarity like the same approach while you are calling the modules and while you are calling particularly the class approach, right? Is it not like we have already seen this kind of something methods by using tab button after like pressing or giving dot something this? Yes or no, Mohit? So bye bye, happy, and intro are all these three methods that are associated with this Python class. Because all these three methods are associated with this Python class, and we are creating an object of this Python class. So directly all those methods which was a part of this particular class will directly comes into this Harry object. Can I say this?
Yes.
Yes or no? The
Yes.
major problem is that, Mohit, if we are calling this function, we have to encounter with some errors. And guys, let me know the meaning or the basic explanation of this error. Mohit and Pradeep sir, try to explain this. Python.happy takes zero positional argument, but one was given. Mohit, what was the issue? Why the prompt something look like this? We have, even though we have not passed like any particular argument, but why my error says you have given one positional argument and it generally takes zero positional argument? Why the error something like this?
Sir, I don't know.
Perfect. And this is the thing that you have to know, right? Whenever you
Yes,
are
sir.
declaring any methods inside this function, you have to bind this method with this class and it directly pass one argument without asking you. Yes or no?
Yes. Sir.
Yeah, right. It not ask you whether we particularly pass this or not. It generally take one argument and that argument is class itself. Yes or no? So we have to just temporarily give any name. Mohit, you can give any name. Let me write this. Is there any issue?
No, sir.
I will definitely clear this why we are giving such gibberish name. But let me just write like this as of now. We are giving that this happy method generally take one argument. Yes or no? Can I say this? This intro also take one argument. This bye-bye also take one argument. I don't know what kind of those arguments are. But as of now, it generally take one argument. Can I say this? If I run this, if I again run this harry.happy, guys, this is the same answer that I was looking for. Yes or no? Now it will try to run this happy method and it generally take one argument which is the class itself. And we are declaring that it generally take one argument, so you have to decide one parameter at least. You have to name that any parameter with any name. There is no such fixed concept for that. Yes or no, Mohit? Any doubt?
No, sir.
But can I directly use this? Definitely it will create a lots of trouble between some developers. Yes or no? Your like particular your senior will ask Mohit what kind of this parameter is. Yes or no?
Yes,
Junior
sir.
will ask Mohit why you have written something this like. Although we know that your code is running, but why you have used something like this? So there is a fixed terminology for this. That fixed terminology is called self parameter. Self parameter says this by method automatically takes this Python as an argument or this class name as an argument. If this class name is remote, that remote generally takes itself. Yes or no? So you have to write this self. There is no such hard code requirement that guys you have to write this self. This is the naming convention. Yes or no?
Yes,
I
sir.
have already told you that we can use any parameters name, but this is the basic procedure that we have to give so that other developers can also understand, okay, we are bound to use this because this is the naming convention or this is the approach that we have to follow. Pradeep sir, any doubt?
No, sir. No.
No, perfect.
Yes.
Now perfectly we have used these methods. Yes or no? So Harry dot bye bye. Harry dot bye bye says bye bye. Yes or no? Now Mohit, your task is to particularly create a remote class. So can I just use this class remote? Inside of this class remote, what kind of functions that it is required? On button, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
TV is on. You can give off button. TV is off. Right? Guys, I'll just only give two more methods, volume up and volume down, right?
Yes, sir.
Volume plus. Plus means up. Self volume up by 1 decibel. Okay? And let me just copy this. Volume down by 1 decibel. Okay? Now suppose Samsung wants to particularly use this code. And we will just simply assign this Samsung object particular this mode class. Yes or no? Now what kind of features that Samsung might access? Or the list of possible features or the methods we can say. On, off, volume up and down, yes or no? So if the user
Yes.
will hit something this TV is on, the user will hit this Samsung.off, TV into off, right? Same as it is with volume up and volume down, yes or no? Like this. So in short, it means you are calling function as per your requirement or you are calling methods as per your requirement whenever you want to call this. Yes or no? So all those particularly the final programming concept, whatever industries is using right now, is called object oriented programming, right? So the first programming was conditional programming, second programming was relational programming, and the final programming which is currently running in market is object oriented programming, and most languages follow this concept. They were the trending languages as of now we have, right? Python, Java. C does not directly follow this concept. That's why we have like created the concept of C++, because in
C++,
C language there is no such object oriented programming.
C++ and C sharp also.
Right. Okay. Mohit, any doubt?
No, sir.
So the 99%, or we can say 98%, all like traditional programming or like industrial requirement programming languages follow this object oriented programming concept. Now, what are these four pillars of this object oriented? So all these four pillars are, guys, nothing, just a different ways to write a OOPS code, right? A different ways to write particularly an OOPS code with the help of these four pillars. Let me just copy this image and paste it here, right? And guys, there is no such like concept that encapsulation is the first pillar. You can start with inheritance, you can start with polymorphism, abstraction, and so on. Yes or no? But all these four pillars are common in object-oriented programming language. Okay, whether it is Java or whether it is Python. Encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, and polymorphism. So guys, in upcoming class, we'll definitely thoroughly read this concept. What are those abstraction, inheritance, and polymorphism and encapsulation concept? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mohit, your task is to particularly create a human class, right? Class human. And suppose we have this different method, and that method is called class constructor. Mohit, suppose if we are creating any object related to any class or any data types, and the basic things that you want to run without asking the user. Suppose if you turn on your TV or any like electronic device, will it going to ask you what could be the brightness value? If I turn on my like laptop, will it going to ask like this
No,
is the
sir.
brightness level we have to adjust?
No,
No, it is
no, no.
automatically, yes or no?
Yes,
So
sir.
some codes are like ran automatically. So if we want something like this, we have to pass all these concepts inside this init. Init is called initialization. Initialization is called class constructor. Class constructor is called, this is the things that you have to construct without asking the user whether this is to be run or not. It will be run automatically without any user interference. Yes or no? Although because this is a function or this is a method, again you have to pass the self parameter or argument. Yes or no? Now let me write this function or methods called automatically. Hello? Automatically. Hello? Yes or no? How we know that, Mohit? Because this is our human class. Human class may have some like functional requirement. A functional requirement are called methods. What humans can do? Humans can think. Yes or no? Right? So I can think and see. I am thinking. Yes or no? Can I say this?
Yes, sir.
I can walk. Right? And the final one is talk. Right? I can talk. And let me give the final one is use brain. Okay. Now, okay. Now suppose if God creating a human class, right? Some basic attributes they want to give to all the humans, yes or no? What kind of basic attributes like all humans have? Leg is equals to 2, yes or no? Tail
Yes.
is equals to 1, eyes is equals to 2, nose is equals to 2, yes or no, Mohit?
No.
Pradeep
Also,
sir,
No is equal to 1.
right? All these are the basic attributes. Mohit, whenever we are creating or declaring something outside the class, this is called variable or object, right? But if we are creating this init class constructor, this is called init class constructor. This is called not as a variable, but this time this is an attribute, right?
yes, sir.
This time this is an attribute. An attribute is nothing, just variable inside the init class constructor, right? Guys,
Yes, sir.
again there is a problem. If you are like declaring this leg, brain, eyes and nose, suppose there is like use of any of this attribute or variable in any of this function, I cannot directly use this, right? So that's why we have to particularly again assign this attribute with our particular class concept. We know that our class is like attached with this self concept. So whenever we are declaring any variable inside the init class constructor, we have to write a variable name with self dot, whatever the name that you want to give, right? So what could be the name of this, Mohit? Self dot in, self dot eyes, and self dot nose. Yes or no? So self dot leg, brain, eyes, nose, all those are attributes of human class. And we can simply access this inside any methods or function with the help of this self dot concept. Yes or no? Let me just show this. If I just simply write self dot tab button, it will directly give me all the possible values, right? Brain, eyes, leg, nose, talk, think, use brain, walk, and something so on. Yes or no? In fact, all these methods are also assigned with self. That's why it's giving you all the list. Yes or no? Pradeep sir,
Yes, sir.
any doubt?
Yes, sir.
No, no.
Perfect. Now we know that God has blessed us with the concept of attribute which is self dot brain, which is equals to 1, right? Now suppose this is Harry. This Harry is just newly created with the help of human class. Guys, don't you think that this message prints automatically, that we are not printing this message? This function methods called automatically hello buddy, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
No, because this init class constructor runs automatically. We'll not directly call this. It's called automatically with the help of whenever we are creating any object. Suppose we are creating object with name of Mohan, again this will be called. Yes or no? Mohan is equals to this and Harry is equals to this. Any doubt? No. We know
No,
that
sir.
both Mohan and Harry have same attribute. How, like, what is the brain? One. How many eyes Mohit have? Sorry, Mohan have. Two. Yes or no? Mohan has two legs. And the same with Harry concept. Yes or no? So whenever we are
Yes.
calling attribute, we are bound to not call it with bracket concept. If we call this, this will again give you the error, right? The object is not callable. So the concept remains same. If we are pressing tab button, we cannot directly found whether this is my attribute or this is my method. Yes or no? So we have to run something like this. We know that Mohit, this thing is a method. Yes or no? So it will definitely prompt you. This is the bound method. The bound method means you have to call this like this, Harry dot thing. And suppose you are calling this Harry dot eyes. This is not a method, so it just simply give you the result. Yes or no? Steve sir, any
Yes.
doubt related to this?
No, sir. No.
Now we know that although Harry has one brain, but will only use the brain if they simply runs this use brain method. Yes or no? Now I am using my brain. Can I say this, guys? So all those methods are called on purpose. this self dot attributes called automatically, this initialization or constructor called automatically, and whenever any new person or like any human being created with the help of this human class, this will be, that particular object will be blessed with all those features. Yes or no? And what kind of features are self dot attributes to all those functions? Yes or no? Mohit, any doubt? Candidates?
No, sir.
Mohit, any questions?
No, sir.
No,
Understood.
No. Pradeep sir?
no, sir. No.
No. So guys, like we actually, this is the concept, like we are done for today. In next class we'll definitely give you the detailed explanation of this class concept, right?
Yes.
Now your task is to particularly implement different types of class. Let me just show you some example, like class bike. Okay, class fighter, fighter plane. Make sure, Mohit, if you are giving particularly words with like a particularly two combination, something like this, you have to use the capital concept, not with something like this. Okay, class fighter plane. Again, you have to give the basic attribute. What are the basic attribute of particular plane? Like the number of wheels, number of engines, yes or no? The company
Yes, sir.
name, the dimension, weight, something so on. And what are the methods? That plane can hover, engine start, engine stop, speed up, speed down, all those are functional properties, right? Then you have to build a car concept, right? Car dot horn, car dot stop, car dot engine start, will start engine, right? And we have, I think we have already learned the concept of game, right? So if you are
Yes.
using car dot on, Mohit, you have to use something concept, like if we are using car dot on, it will play on sound of engine or engine start sound, right? If we are applying brake, it will generally play brake sound. I think we have implemented the same concept with Pygame, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Right? So we have to use this. Okay? This is the example, this is the code that you have to practice. Okay. Any doubt? No? Pradeep sir, you want to ask any question?
No, sir. No.
No? I
No.
think guys, we are like, particularly this is enough for today. Any question you can just simply ask me and let me know.
No, sir.
No? So guys, all these particularly, oops, examples you have to apply. And Mohit, what was your last game?
It's a game.
Yeah. What
Wait,
was
let
your
me check.
last game that you were practicing on? Is that any KBC or like any
No,
a
sir.
gambling type of game?
I have done some updations in my previous games.
What? So what was the name of that game? I was just simply asking.
Sir,
It's a gambling game.
no, sir. It's Dynamite.
It's a dynamite game. So now you
Yes.
have to make a class concept of dynamite. Okay? Class dynamite, right? I think the
Yes, sir.
spelling is correct. Yes or no? No. Dynamite, right? Dynamite.
Yes,
Now
sir.
you have to use dynamite. What kind of like particularly the methods related to this dynamite? Throw. Let me write this. Throw. It will throw the number of dynamite. Suppose n is equals to n. It will throw the by default n dynamites. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Right? If we just simply change this n, it will throw the n dynamites based on the n arguments, right? Now the second method that you can give, use
Yes, sir.
something like this. You have to guys just think about it, right? This is not something fixed format. You have to just find like the multiple permutation and combination, then you can just simply apply this concept, right? Diffuse. You can just say form is equals to true, right? If you just
Yes.
simply pass this false, this will particularly diffuse this, right? And rest you have to find. Okay. Mohit?
Yes,
Guys, we
sir.
are done for today, right? This is your basic task and homeworks, and we'll definitely cover this all 4 pillars in next class, right?
Yes, sir.
Pradeep sir, any doubts? No?
No, sir.
Okay, guys.